Today I'm going to talk about trailer brakes and making sure your trailer brakes are paired up properly with your truck brakes. And remember, if you want to continue to gain more knowledge around trucks towing and all things RV and camping related, start now by subscribing and click that bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Getting this balanced out properly is really important. You want to have good predictability and confidence in the braking of your truck and trailer, particularly if you're on unfamiliar roads or if you get caught in the dark towing. And towing in the dark, towing after hours like that is something, if at all possible, try to avoid it. We all get caught at times. We were down in New Hampshire this summer. We ended up overnighting at Walmart in Bangor, and we were later getting there than I had hoped, and it put me at dark getting there. It increases your stress level, and it can be pretty uncomfortable, so highly recommend to avoid that. Anyway, back on topic. Getting that truck and trailer braking balance is very important, particularly if you end up in some sort of emergency braking situation. It can be pretty scary, and you want to have the maximum amount of braking balanced out between truck and trailer so that you can stop as efficiently as possible. Now, I'm going to walk you through that right now. So this is your trailer brake controller. So you can manually control the brakes on your trailer and the level of intensity that you are braking. And the level of intensity depends on how much you slide this over. And my truck does chime when you do use this. So the further you push it over, the more brake is engaged on your trailer. So up on the dash, you can see the same thing. My gain is currently at 5.5, and on the output, as I squeeze the mechanism, the more I squeeze it, the more output is going to the electric brakes, and the more the brakes are engaging. So you can also see in the dash where it has 5.5. So I can change that. So there is an up and down switch here, positive and negative. So if I hit positive, it increases by increments of 0.5, 6.5, 7, 7.5. Conversely, on the negative, it reduces it. So with your trailer, you need to find that happy medium as to getting balance between the braking of your trailer and the braking of your truck. For me, it's 5.5. And it's a bit of a trial and error. And you're going to want to put your truck in drive and let it roll, and then hit your brakes. I wouldn't hit them, but apply your brakes. And there's definitely a difference when you've got your travel trailer on. It's a lot more weight, you've got to work the brake a lot harder. So then as I let the truck idle forward and you pull that brake gain, you can see how the trailer will stop the truck and the trailer together. I'm using 100% electric brakes on the trailer. If you disconnect or drop that down to 0, then when you brake, it's 100% on your truck. No use of your trailer brakes. So you can play around with this. So if I put it on 7, and I put it on drive, and I put my brakes on, I feel like I'm not having to put as much pedal in my truck to get the truck and the trailer to stop. And if you really crank that up, you're going to feel those electric brakes grabbing on your trailer. It almost wants to lurch you forward. You're not anticipating the amount of braking intensity with the amount of pressure you're putting on the pedal in your truck. So even at 7, I feel that. I can feel the trailer really grab in, and the rear end of the truck almost squats a bit because there's too much brake on my trailer. So find a quiet parking lot and tinker around with this. For me, it's 5.5. Most people, I think, are around the 5 to 6 range. But do some trial and error, get that balance. You want good balance between your truck braking and trailer braking. And the only way to describe it is just by feel. It feels right. So here's an example on a downgrade. If I get my speed up a little too high, and if I feel the trailer ends up starting to push the truck, I'll just come down here and start putting some brake gain in it. A little bit of brake gain in it, like that. trim out the trailer, so then the trailer's no longer pushing the truck down the hill. And if you're struggling to get that balance between trailer and truck, don't hesitate to reach out to a professional. Go back to the dealership that you bought the trailer from, or reach out to a professional in any other form just to get that right. It's something you don't want to mess with. There's a YouTube creator I know. She ended up getting caught in a situation that could have ended up really bad for her. Fortunately, she made out unscathed. Unfortunately, her truck and trailer were written off through the process, and it was a combination of many things: unfamiliar roads, steep grades, unfamiliarization with the braking system and the combination between tow vehicle and trailer, and unfortunately it reached out and bit her pretty bad. But again, I'm really glad that she's okay and nobody else was hurt. A lot of things have changed for her in her approach to towing and trailering, and a hard lesson, but a strong lesson. There was one time we were in Prince Edward Island on the back roads, because most of them were back roads in Prince Edward Island. Anyway, we came around a corner and there was a farm tractor going along the roadway. It was a really tight corner, and he might have been doing 5 miles an hour. I came around there, car coming the other way. I was on the binders as hard as I could, and I near had to change my underwear when we got to the campground. It was that scary. You just never know what's going to be around the corner, around the bend, or over a hill. So you always got to be on top of your game. If you've had an exciting, scary, or harrowing experience like I've had, leave it in the comments below. I'd be pretty curious to hear from others what your experiences have been. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up if you did. Please consider subscribing to the channel for all things truck towing and RV related, camping reviews, and all the fun stuff that goes along with RV ownership. Take care, and I'll see you next time.